This is the beta of Linux Mint Xfce 21.1. It's been out for a couple of days now. Let's have a look at the welcome screen. 21.1 Xfce. No desktop icons, and different mouse pointer, different colour scheme, folder colours, etc. If you go to resize, you get a red triangle in the upper right, we get blue in the upper left, green lower left. It's a bit fiddly, but there we go, green, and tan over here. And if you go to the edges, resize an edge, you just get a black and black again. There. So that's part of the mouse pointer. Let's have a look at the wallpaper situation. So there's one. We'll just have a look at a few of these. We might even change it, I think, for the video. Well, that's different. That's very Windows 11-ish, isn't it? And some of these I've seen in the Mate and Cinnamon editions. But this one up here, I don't think I've seen before, so I'm going to actually leave that for the duration of the video. We'll have a look at the software manager. Here we can see featured software at the top, categories below, and then lower down we have, I guess this is popular or favourite softwares down the bottom. If we search for VLC, the Mint team are saying that it's much easier to distinguish between a Linux Mint package and a Flathub, and we can see there that appears to be true. And that with a click of a button you can also compare them. So here we can see this is the Linux Mint package, 13 megabytes to download, 67 on the disk. And here's the button. Now we go to the Flathub. And now we can see it's 856 megabytes to download and 2.8 gigabytes of disk space. So that's a pretty nice little feature there. I missed that in my Cinnamon and Mate editions. The Linux Mint blog came out notifying about the beta release a day or so ago, and I've read through it, and there's more information in here regarding all of this. So we go down here to the software manager. There it is there. And it does mention switch between Debian and Flatpaks with the click of a button, and there it is there. As I say, I totally missed that on the other two videos I've done on Mate and Cinnamon, but there you are. That's a pretty nice little feature there. I'll put links to these in the description below the video. So that is a handy little feature there. Let's have a look at the driver manager. This starts in what's called user mode, so there's no need to put a password in. I'm doing the video in a virtual machine, so it probably doesn't, and there we go, no drivers needed. Doesn't need any, but you can at least start the driver manager if you just want to check something without having to put that password in. And I believe they've done that in a few other places throughout the distro as well. This is the new features. That's Xfce there. However, some of the other screenshots are from Cinnamon. We come down here. This here. The ISO verification tool. Should be able to right click an ISO file. So let's go into downloads, and there's an ISO file. Let's right click, and there's an option here, check Xfce 256. Let's click on that. There's no verify option in Xfce when you right click a .iso file, as they're showing here. So this is Cinnamon. It's not in Xfce. It's not in Mate. However, there is this option here that we didn't seem to get a result from it, so I'm not quite sure about all of that. Let's have a look at some of the themes. And we'll just put the file manager up there as well. And we see the style is Mint Y Aqua and the icons are Mint Y Aqua. It's the Mint X that we're mostly familiar with. And there's some darks, so there's Mint Y Dark Aqua. And here we start getting into the legacy. So this is the old Mint Y legacy, as we knew from back in the day. So there's your traditional Mint Y. Still got the new folders there, of course, or the icons. So for example, if we come down here, Mint Y Legacy, we'll just go Mint Y Legacy, there we go. That's how it used to look. Let's see, what else have we got down here? So all your old Mint Y is now called Mint Y Legacy. That's pretty much what it is. There's some more Mint Ys here of the new, so they've sort of split and separated a bit in there. Let's try some different icons. There's Numix. And Numix Circle. Let's change things up a bit. And we've got these Yaru. I noticed this before too. Some of these have got missing cache. It says in this little pop-up. The icon theme has no cache. They still seem to work. I don't know what that's about, if that's a bug or what that is. But anyway, there's those Yaru icons. Let's try that in dark. Where's Mint Y? Dark Aqua. So all the old themes are still there. They've just now got Legacy added to their name. I'll just go back to Mint Y Aqua. We'll go back to the Mint Y Aqua icons. Actually, there is also, we'll have a quick look. These are quite popular, the Breeze icons. And we'll just go back to Mint Y when we can find it in here somewhere. Mint Y Aqua. So as we saw with Cinnamon and Mate editions, there's plenty of theming and colour changes available in 21.1 Xfce as well. Now, notifications, they do mention you can change the timeout for them here. So we go for a preview. It should last about 8 seconds. And if we take this back to 2 seconds, when that one fades out, this one should only last a couple of seconds. And there we go. I don't know if that was there before in Xfce or not. But they do mention that on the website. We should have a look. Mouse and touchpad. If you don't like the mouse cursor, or the mouse pointer, you can go to the theme and you can see here's a preview. So this is the default one here. And you've got your breeze. You can see this preview again. So if you don't like all the colour changes and the spinning colours and whatever else, you can always change that in there. As we can see here, it's supported until 2027. And I didn't notice any differences when I installed the software into this virtual machine. It basically looked the same to me as any other Linux Mint install. Cleaner desktop, some new colours. It's mostly cosmetic by the look of it. Nonetheless, I quite like the new icons. They're getting plenty of hate in the blog, which I sort of expected. People tend to think Linux Mint should be green because it's mint. But as pointed out in one of their blogs, we don't have to be green to be Linux Mint. So we'll see how that transpires. They are getting plenty of disagreements in the blog. This is probably what Linux Mint 21.1 Xfce is going to look like when it gets released, hopefully in the next few weeks before the end of 2022.